Court calls the case of Glencoe Hills versus Angela Stoker.
Harry appearing for plaintiff. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Angela Stoker. I don't have her. Not here. Would you like to take a default?
Yes, Your Honor. So this is the case where the balance was $50 in late fees.
The balance was $50.
Correct. Your Honor, I don't have authority to waive the late fee. She's not here.
Okay.
I requested.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, the rent to retain possession is $50, and that is the total judgment amount. Plaintiff is requesting entry of a default judgment for possession with a writ to issue after 10 days if the total amount remains unpaid. I'm assuming no writ without hearing.
That is correct. No writ without a hearing. Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default of possession.
And we will set it aside if she pays.
Understood. All right. Glencoe Hills versus Susan Smith.
Harry for plaintiff.
Oh, she's in jail. Ms. Smith, I need you to unmute. Is she actually on a phone? That's an odd looking phone.
Yeah,
She is. Okay, Ms. Smith, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. How much is owing on this?
This
Is a termination. Smith?
Yes,
Okay, what's your position on this termination?
I am in the process of packing my belongings and moving out.
You're moving out?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when are you gonna be out?
I should be out by Monday.
Oh, by this Monday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. If you're moving out, I'm gonna find no tribal issue after a hearing. I'm gonna grant them a judgment for possession. And they can't forcibly remove you out until, what's 10 days? The 5th. No writ before May 5th. All right?
Okay. Yes, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Take care.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Thanks versus Patrice Haywood.
Larissa Gazari for plaintiff.
Thought that was you over there. I couldn't see because of the glass. You just sitting over there in the corner trying to hide. How are you? State your name.
Patrice Haywood.
Come all the way up to the podium. All right, where are we on this case, Ms. Haywood?
Your Honor, I believe that, maybe 30 minutes ago, I got an email from legal services indicating that payment had been mailed. Is that right, Ms. Haywood?
Yes, they said it should arrive by May 2nd, is what she said.
For the balance, plaintiff's concern is April rent, but how?
Or April or May even.
I'm sorry, May rent.
Okay, and how much is your monthly rent now?
$15.49.
Okay, how are you gonna get that paid? Do you know?
That's, yes, well, my check doesn't come until the 5th, so.
Of May?
Yes.
So let me ask you this, if they sent out the check that's gonna clear you through April and you get a check on the 5th, are you gonna be able to have May paid on the 5th?
I hope so, yes. Hopefully it will cover everything.
Hopefully it'll cover everything. Okay, so let me ask you this. If it doesn't cover everything, then what's your plan? You have to
Second,
wait till the next check,
the 9th,
the
yes.
9th? So you get a check on the 5th and the 9th?
Yes, it's partial on the 5th and the full one will come on the 9th.
Gotcha. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Then that one check's on the way that should clear you through April. You got a plan to cover yourself in May. I'm not available the first 2 Fridays because of judicial conferences and events. So I'm going to adjourn this to May 16th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Okay, and so hopefully
Yes,
it all works out, you'll have it paid,
that's
right?
right.
And then you won't have to come see me.
Oh,
You gonna miss me? Say, would you take care? Hamilton Crossing 2 versus Tiffany Roots.
Marissa Gazari for plaintiff.
Tiffany Roots? No response. You've been sworn. If you'd like to take a default, you may.
Was I sworn?
Yes, for the $50.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Okay. How could we forget? No.
Me,
Pardon?
Angela.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the rent to retain possession is $760, court costs of $176 for a total redemption of $936. Plaintiff is requesting entry of a default judgment for possession with a writ to issue after 10 days. The total amount remains unpaid.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested with the writ to issue 10 days.
Thank you.
Oh. What's your name, ma'am? Angela. Oh, come on now. Let me recall that. Thank you. State your name for the record.
Angela Stoker.
All right, I didn't hear you call your last name, you just did. So we did call your case. We took a judgment
Okay.
for a whole $50.
Which is the late fee.
Yeah, do you have it
I
or
will
when will you have it?
for May. So I'm just added on to my rent. I'm just pay it with that. I didn't want to pay it, but I'm going to.
Okay, but when are you gonna pay your May rent?
The 30th, 29th?
Of,
It'll be paid April. It's in a couple days.
Stoker, you're confusing me.
It's in
All right, so
I'm gonna pay it in a couple days.
you're gonna pay it like right around May 1st.
Yeah.
Probably last part of
So
May.
when I get my statement for my May rent, I'm just gonna add and
You're gonna add the 50 onto it. Okay, so you were gonna move to set it aside if she paid it, correct? Okay, so here's what I'll do, Mr. Stoker. We'll leave the judgment that we entered in place.
it's fine.
You'll get that paid and then they're gonna set aside this
And
judgment.
I don't have to come back.
You don't wanna come back?
No, I've been here 4 times.
Come back and just say hi to me. She said, I don't wanna come back. She just say all that. It hurt my
I'll see you on
feelings.
YouTube.
No. All right.
Thank
We'll
you.
leave that and then you don't have to come back.
Okay.
All right, you have a great
You
weekend.
too.
Thank you.
You're on Vista Apartments versus Angie Evans.
Marissa Gazari for plaintiff.
Angie Evans, no response. You may proceed.
Your Honor, okay, I think this was a case we were trying to do a COD with, so
Yeah,
if she, if she later does sign a COD, we will set aside this judgment.
all right.
However, the rent to retain possession is $3,304, court costs of $176 for a total redemption of $3,480. Plaintiff is requesting entry of a default judgment for possession with a writ to issue after 10 days if the total amount remains unpaid.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. For cause case of Huron Vista versus Deanna Rogers.
Marissa Gazari for plaintiff.
Hello. What's your name?
Deanna Rogers.
All right. And where are we with Miss Rogers' case?
The outstanding balance is $4,810. My recollection from the last hearing was that Ms. Rogers was going to speak to legal services regarding to make sure that she understood what was being offered to her regarding the forgiveness plan and HAWK assistance. I can tell you that the update I received from my client was that she has applied for assistance, but they are waiting for income verification before SOS will approve anything.
That's totally wrong.
Okay.
I
True.
just talked to somebody, what, a day ago, whatever, to ask if I can, move out in 30 days. Cause I can't, I told them, I explained my situation that I can't afford it and, I'm mentally disabled and I haven't been working.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You need to, Travis, you need to move? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay, so where are you gonna go?
it's in a hotel,
Huh?
a hotel. Um, probably to a hotel,
Pardon?
probably to a hotel.
Okay, but if you're not working and not, how are you gonna afford that?
I get SSI.
Okay. And how much is her monthly rent here is what, 1859? Okay, and yeah, that's what I had here. I think way back we 1839 or 1837 something. And if you don't mind me, how much is your SSI?
13,
Pardon?
13 something,
13 something.
1350.
So your SSI doesn't even cover your rent.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. So how much time do you need to move?
I'm asking for at least 30 days.
Okay. Do you have anything that you can pay in the interim, or
All right now.
well, when's your next check come in?
It comes in this coming week, but I gotta go towards me being able to move.
Have you?
Because I've explored options for assistance and stuff. I haven't been able to get it. No assistance
Okay. When you say you can't get assistance, what do you mean?
to help to
To
pay.
pay this?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on a payment plan or something.
Okay.
I just wanna, if I can,
Yeah.
so I think that the update that we had from Caitlin Ordo from SOS was that they were waiting for proof of income for you to approve the 3,000. And then the balance on this, after payment of the 3,000 would be 1810. And the forgiveness plan did require monthly payments going forward timely, but then they would waive the rest of the balance on this if the 3,000 was paid.
I haven't. They have not told me that.
Okay, but
I
that,
I was not told that at all.
huh?
I was not told that at all.
Okay, but
But I still
hear that now,
wouldn't even be able to afford it.
right? The problem's
I
gonna
still be
be,
behind.
okay, hold on. The problem, that would be a good possible solution for you, but your SSI doesn't even cover your rent here.
Right.
So the one check that you get, you, yeah, you can't even make the timely payments. All right. So, ma'am, if I can, let me ask you this. At some point, you were paying your rent on time, right? Everything, or,
No, I was waiting on SOS was supposed to pay something. I was waiting on them to pay their portion to see what my portion was. So no, I haven't
okay,
paid
so,
anything.
all right, so did you have a voucher?
No,
Were you in some other type of program with SOS?
a homeless program, yeah.
Okay. And was somebody supposed to be helping you with this rent now?
They don't pay the rent. They just pay
like the moving in and
The
stuff?
move-in costs. Right.
Okay, but
But I had got mentally just sick and I wasn't able to work anymore.
okay. Yeah, was it no services that we here?
Afternoon,
Good afternoon. Name?
Treasurer Wallace Douglas.
Yeah, I should get that. Where'd you get that name from, Treasure?
I'm my mom's girl. She was trying for 13 years. I was born on Valentine's Day.
And she named you Treasure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I asked. All right. What's her balance?
Your balance is $1,667.
$1,665,
67,
57.
67. You may, I don't, maybe I could try.
1,600.
67.
67. Okay, thank you. All right. How are we gonna get this paid?
Where did this balance occur from? Because when I was here last week, it was 800 and something odd dollars.
No, on the 18th, the balance they gave me was $1,489. You had indicated you were gonna pay $811 on the 21st.
Correct. I have.
Pay that?
They have a 1030. I gave them 1030 on Monday. $1,030.
Okay. So you gave him 1,030 this past Monday?
Correct.
You see that on your,
No, I do not.
okay, that's probably why.
Difference from the amount that you had last time was that we didn't have the court costs added in.
Oh, okay, so this is inclusive of court costs. Gotcha. Okay. So if she paid, so she's at 1,667 and she paid 1030. And my math says I need 637. So when do you think you get that? Okay.
I need to try to work out a payment plan. I mean, I can pay probably a good 400. Well, I get paid next week.
So you can pay 400, do you think, when?
So
So next
your
week
math
is
is me
the
and my
second.
date. Okay.
Get paid on Friday?
I get paid on Wednesdays.
So the next Wednesday, this upcoming
Yep.
Wednesday, is the 30th.
Okay. Yeah.
You think you can pay 400 by then?
400. Let's say Friday, just to,
Okay, the second.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine, but except that, how much is your monthly rent?
644. I was also,
Okay.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was also wondering, is there any way to like get the court costs and fees removed? Like it,
Well, not on this case, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out a way to do this so that you don't end up with another set of court costs coming out.
Mhm.
That's how I'm viewing it.
Right.
These court costs will probably have to stay. But, so if you get, so you can do that by the second, then when's your next check after the second? Is it gonna be 2 weeks out?
it will be, but so right now my dad just had a horrible accident after I left here on Friday. And he really doesn't have anybody. He has Medicare insurance, so they're kicking him out the hospital. Basically, he needs somebody to take care of him, to help him. He has broken ribs, shattered pelvis, neither here nor there. But I will go back to work, but it's gonna be like my time is gonna be split between the two. So I won't be getting all the hours that I need to get. I will be also getting paid to take care of him, but that's not gonna kick in for like a month and a half, maybe. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
you got a lot of stuff.
lot, but I'm definitely,
Okay, hold on. Let's see what we can do.
I have one thing to say. So I think that this additional 176 is maybe an error.
So that the 1489 that I had before was the right amount, including court costs?
It would be 1491 now because of the $2.
Because of so 1491 now. Gotcha.
So if she paid the 400,
So if she paid, so then we're at 461 that she would. Okay, let me ask you this.
I can scrape up $61.
Okay, so you can do that, you think, by the second?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Just so that we can cut this off and let you focus on what you need to focus on with your dad. So I'm gonna find no tribal issue after a hearing. I'm gonna enter the judgment for that full amount of the 1491, but understanding you have 1,030 that they haven't credited yet to your account. And then you'll have to the 5th to get that balance paid. And you're done with this case. And then you can work toward trying to get your May and everything gone.
Mhm.
Sound okay?
It does. I appreciate it.
You take care, all right? All right, and take care of your dad. All right. Evergreen Apartments versus Kendrick Haynes and Huron Vista versus Chanelli Brown. Those matters are dismissed on plaintiff's motion without.
thank you, Your Honor. So this should be an amended judgment then.
On treasure,
Yeah.
hold on. Yes, that's an amended judgment. That's an amended judgment for her. So that way it clears her account up and she'll be good. You're good. I just didn't want to talk about your case without you here.
Thank you. And Your Honor, I do just want to state on the record though, if for some reason,
It didn't go in, then yeah, no, I get it. But this is
no,
okay. Harbor Manor versus Maloney Franklin.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Paul Hughes, P 31986, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hello,
Hello, what's your name?
Kalani Franklin.
All right.
I took some notes, if I may.
Pardon?
I just took some notes in my phone.
Took some notes
Yes, sir.
or
Just to advise you of the things that I've been doing.
okay, go ahead. What do you want to tell me?
Okay, sorry. So, last Friday, we had an agreement that I was going to give my leasing office $500. I only have $300 due to my light bill, which is DTE, and my Wi-Fi bill, auto drafting $200 from my payment that I received on Wednesday. But I will be able to pay the $200 on Monday. And then I wanted to let you know that I did go ahead and apply for the cash assistance and the emergency stay relief through MDHHS. And I also contacted Hawk. They said that I do not qualify for assistance because I make too much a month for that. But they did provide me with other resources, which I have contacted and applied for. I'm just waiting on my application over the phone or my interview over the phone from them to see if I can get that assistance. I'm sorry.
I can confirm that the $500 as required was not paid. Nothing was paid. I think they were required to pay $200 the day that we were in court. That payment was made. No amount towards that 500 has been paid. This is defendant's motion to provide default judgment. There's no good cause.
I'm sorry.
There's no.
Mr. Heath, I'm
cause.
having some problems hearing you.
There's no
Your
good cause
microphone.
for meritorious defense.
Go ahead.
There's no good cause or meritorious defense cited in her motion. It just says, I don't want to get evicted and I will catch up. My apologies. This is the second time we've appeared. We've asked that the motion be denied.
Your Honor, I do have the $300 money order on me. I have to take it to my leasing office once I leave here. I've been having trouble getting off from work because they don't provide me with time off. That is why I filed the motion to have this court today over Zoom, but it was denied. So I had to figure out a way to get off of work to come here today.
So, Mr. Hughes, how much is owing on her account at this point?
$1,790.
That can't be correct because I just paid when I came to court Friday. You released my $200 and then I went to go give them two.
Right, they may not have their two
We don't
hundred.
have it yet.
They don't have your 200 yet, so.
Oh, okay, but I
so-
did give them the $280 and they did give me a receipt for that. The day I left court last Friday.
That's acknowledged.
280,
280. I gave them 280 in a money order and they gave me a receipt for it, my leasing office. Once they got verification that they could still accept payments from me.
okay, so you don't see the 280, right?
No, but I know that they received it. I confirmed that they received it. So the 1,790 should be reduced by the 280 payment.
The 280 plus the 200 from escrow.
Yeah, when we get
So that's 1310,
correct.
but, and you have 300,
Correct,
but then your
today,
monthly rent is how much?
$989.
So that's gonna be our problem. So even if you paid the 300 over to them, you're gonna be at 1,010, but then come Thursday, you're gonna be back up in the $1,900 range.
Correct. That is why I applied for the emergency, state relief emergency and the cash assistance through MDHHS.
Right, but Hawk can't assist you.
Correct.
How many people are in your household?
3, they provided me some, other programs that I've reached out to see if they could assist
No,
me.
I hear you, but if the DHHS, that's gonna only, if I'm at a figure of like 1,900, that's only gonna provide 1,600, which is gonna bring you down to the 1310, which is where we are today. It's, did those other places that you applied, did they tell you anything?
No, I'm still waiting to hear back from them. I applied on Wednesday, sir. As well as MDHHS. I haven't heard back from them as either.
You haven't issued a writ as of yet, is that correct, Mr. Hughes?
I do not believe we have.
Okay. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. The motion, I'm gonna be forced to deny. So I'm gonna deny the motion to set aside. I will indicate that a writ may issue, but it's not to be executed prior to May 7th, 2025.
Could you advise me of what that means, sir?
Okay, what that means is you got to get all of this cleared up prior to May 7th,
Okay,
2025.
okay,
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 so I've given you a little bit more of time to do that, but I'm denying your motion.
okay.
Okay, all right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Judge, are you going to make a notation on the court file, or do you want me to submit an order, or just send in a writ with your restrictions?
You can, I've written that in the court file.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Have a good
All
day.
right, thank
Have
you.
a good weekend.
You too. Bushwood Properties versus Craig Mattingly. And Stacy Stoba.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Fanter on behalf of the plaintiff.
Your name?
Stacy Stoba.
Craig Mattingly.
Your Honor,
I like the way Mr. Mattingly did that. Did you see that? When I asked for the names, he stood back and said, "You introduce yourself first." All right, go ahead. That's the way it's supposed to be done.
Your Honor, this is the case where they were here last week, but evidently they had trouble signing in. So the court set it aside.
Right.
And so we're entering a consent judgment The amount of rent that's owed is $3,912.18. Court costs of $188 for a total of $4,100.38. I believe they're going to move, and I've given them till the 20th of May to either pay that amount or move. They signed, I signed, and I advised them of their rights under the courtroom.
Folks, is that all correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You signed this judgment. Is there anything?
I did have just a question before.
Yes, sir.
Before it's sealed. So realistically, we're just looking to get more time to figure, I mean, we were looking to get more time to figure out if we could pay it. And I feel like we were given information about a few resources, and that information was saying that they won't be available to help us. And I mean, that's just
What do
speaking.
you, hang on, I'm gonna stop you right there. Who has told you that?
Well, when me and this gentleman here spoke in the room there, we were talking about programs that we were possibly looking into to help us pay for this, to pay for the back rent. And we were told that they just simply were lacking funds, and that really wouldn't make sense to be an option. And then these places, they told me to go to court and ask for more time so we can try to receive help from SOS, I know, as well as Hog and HUD Housing. I mean, I spoke with quite a few people last week, and they told me that, I mean, they didn't say they were broke, but they also told me that a few places weren't an option. Places like the Delano Centers is not an option. Rapid rehousing is an option. My concern is because I just lost my job, and we're still planning on being roommates, but right now she's the only one employed. And every day I'm working on Indeed and looking at my Indeed account to see if I have a reach out back. So that's the problem I'm having, is that I don't have anywhere to go, anywhere to take my stuff. And so I just personally need more time and would like to come and see you again. But if that's not, I just wanted to ask, and if that's not an option, then yes, we would like to go forward and be out by next month on the 20th.
Your Honor, I contacted SOS on all my cases before I came back today. And I was told that Mr. Mattingly had talked to them earlier this month, but he said that he was looking for relocation money and security deposit money. And they have different pots, and that their rental assistance pot was not, they couldn't use a rental assistance pot to pay for relocation expenses. So I came into this believing that, in fact, that they were going to, that was their intention. I also know, having talked to SOS, that they're almost out of money. They've got $50,000 left, and they don't have an appointment. And so I extended this, you see, from 10 days to 26 days. But I also know that there's you don't have a docket for the next 2 weeks. And I don't really want to adjourn this to the 16th of May.
Your Honor, if I may, they told me I can make an appointment. I have if it comes to paying the rent or relocations, they're willing to help on relocation.
Hold on a second.
Sorry about that.
You have an appointment with them?
No, they said that I can make one. You said you have one?
I have applied with the SIR program and talked to Hawk. They told me to come to court, do what the court tells you, contact them back to get help with security deposit and stuff, that they had help available. So.
Okay, so we're really talking two different languages here. Okay, because, and part of that relates to you deciding what you want to do. And what I mean by that is, do you wish to stay in this premises, or do you wish to move? Because those are going to be two different things in terms of what assistance is available to you and the like. Right. So which is it? Because, and I get sometimes it can be a bit confusing because you want to have a place to go, but you have to decide, am I looking to stay here or am I looking to leave?
Well, in my mind, I think I mean, personally, we would stay and leave on our own terms. I feel like we're not really leaving on our own terms here. It's got so far behind the rent. I would like to see if we could get help catching up with the rent or get the rent paid. And then if we want to leave, we can leave when the lease is up. But I would like to get it paid and just get more time to get it paid. But if that's not an option, then. you know,
Well, no. When is your lease up?
October.
Okay, so I'll ask it more directly. Do you want to try to stay and be there through October?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, if it's possible.
Okay.
It's just, it's gotten so far behind because we haven't been able to reach.
That's what we like to try to do, if it's possible.
I hear you. Okay. I understand. I don't know if you've been in here. I see people that are behind, and I get you fall behind for different reasons. But
Do you have an SCR application?
I do.
No?
It's, yes.
Then I'll make it, I guess, I don't think I have a choice. If they've got an SCR application, they're entitled to one more adjournment.
Yep.
The only thing I need is, from his previous employer. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, but you've got the application.
yes.
All right.
And I think that they get the 16th, is the 16th, Your Honor?
Yes.
And here's what I would do. I would call Hawk
Mhm.
back and don't say you're looking for relocation money. Say you're looking for, I mean, we could go there later. Say
Mhm.
you're looking for rental assistance money.
Okay.
And maybe they'll come up with some more money and we can deal with that when we come back on the 16th. But we're going to have to figure out a plan on the 16th. And you also mentioned
Yes.
that you could pay something this week.
Well, I get paid next Friday, Thursday night, about.
Can you pay?
Are you
your
talking
neighbor?
about the first you get paid?
I get paid every 2 weeks.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So when you say you get paid next Thursday or next Friday,
Yeah.
that's this upcoming Friday.
Yes.
So that's what I was trying to figure out.
Late Thursday night.
No, I got you. I got you. So first thing, let me do this. I'm gonna adjourn this to May 16, 2025. What time?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Okay, that's the first thing. And you said that you can, how much is your monthly rent?
It went up. No, it went up with the next lease.
900.
930, I believe.
930, you think?
Well, it was 825 and then we signed a
Okay.
2-year lease. It went up the second year.
The rent is 908.
908. Okay. And so the reality is just rounding it off. The problem is that when May clicks in, you're going to be at about a $5,000 figure. Okay. Now let's assume for the sake of argument that Hawk as you pay, you guys are going to have to find or can pay let's say their maximum, and assuming no other funds, you're going to have to find a way to come up with $2,000. So,
That is doable, I believe, with my job.
okay. All right. So now on the second, what can you pay to the landlord?
500.
Okay. So you get paid every 2 weeks.
I do, yes.
All right. So if you pay 500 on the second, then on the 16th, what can you pay?
I mean, it depends on hours, but I mean, I can pay at least 500 every time I get paid.
Okay. So here's the problem we're going to run into. Okay. If that happens, and let's say, and I'm not including any late fees or anything in that, but you're gonna have 3 paid checks in May, right? And so if you do just 500, that at most gets me to 1,500 when we're looking at you got to get yourself around $2,000.
Okay, so I mean, 600 or 700. That.
I mean,
600.
that's getting closer.
I mean, it is possible. It's gonna really, I mean, tighten everything up for bills and.
Okay. He
everything
doesn't
else,
have-
but
He doesn't have to eat.
Not at all.
So.
no, you can tell I've been,
right.
I've been starving.
All right, so let's do this. What I want you to do is I want you to pay 600 by the 2nd.
Okay,
So out of this check, I want to see 600.
okay, sure.
Okay. So I'll adjourn it out to the 16th date. You pay 600. We know we're gonna be around that 5-something figure, but we're gonna have to try to figure out how we're gonna get that down.
Okay,
You gotta get yourself into Hawk so that can happen. We'll see what they say on the state emergency relief and see if we can salvage it. Okay?
Do you
Fair.
have trouble paying on the portal right now?
yes, that's been the issue the whole time.
All right,
is
do me a
the
favor,
portal.
call me the middle of next week.
Okay,
My number's on the court paperwork
okay,
and we'll figure that out.
all right, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
They won't let us make a partial payment. That's the real struggle.
This is how we got so far behind is they've not, we've emailed and texted and called and no one will respond.
They won't let you make a partial payment.
Our portal is not working, our tenant portal online. They switched management.
Your Honor, I'll
companies.
take care of that. I know.
Why
February
do they do this to people? If they have the money, let them pay.
We didn't know
Doesn't
anything.
jeopardize, hang on a second. I have to go on a rant,
Yeah.
okay? It doesn't jeopardize the case.
I know.
It's not a park forest issue. Just let the people pay. Everybody doesn't have a whole bunch of money at the first of the month. Just let them pay.
I agree.
So yeah, I know you do, and you'll take care of it.
Yes. Put it this way, worst comes to worst, if it's a technical issue, if it's that issue, they're gonna pay online. If it's a technical issue where there's something wrong with the portal, I'll drive to their house and they can hand me a money order.
That would be great.
That works for me. Yeah, you can have that judgment back. Okay? So, good. We got it figured out. You guys have made up your mind what you want to do. Let's see if we can work toward that goal. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
But only one of you should call in,
Yeah.
Okay.
probably you, because you're the one with the job.
That was my
Right.
question. On the second, when I pay the money, I'm calling you to pay it or do I pay it?
You call me,
Okay,
I'm gonna figure out the portal before that, so when you call me, I'm either gonna say, go make the payment on the portal, or if there's a technical problem, I'm gonna arrange for you to meet up and you can hand me a money order.
Okay.
But we're gonna figure it out.
Thank you.
And then on the 16th, I have no problem if you just bring that second money order to court.
Right.
Just bring me a money order. We can put it on the record and we'll move forward and hopefully we'll have a better idea.
Will we have a paper with these instructions on?
Which instruction?
Just for the upcoming week or two?
All you're gonna get is a notice to appear.
Hold on. See. Did you hear the instructions?
yes,
And so you know what has to happen, right?
yes.
Do I really need to give him instructions? Because he's gonna mess it up, isn't he?
He just likes to see it.
He likes to see it.
Somehow.
So let me ask you
He
this.
just wants to
So
see
when
it
you
all.
tell him, he doesn't listen, right? Go ahead, you can tell me. You can tell me. Don't worry about what he doesn't listen, does he?
If you have a question,
All right.
call me.
So
Yeah.
she's got it. All right? So if you get confused, you ask her.
Okay.
All right? I have absolute confidence in her.
So do I.
And if you get confused, you've
I
got
don't
my
know.
number. You have my number.
I don't have your number.
You have the court papers.
I do not.
Oh, well, we
You got it, David? All right, we'll get it to her. All right? Let's just work it through piece by piece. You guys will be good. We'll figure it out. All right?
Thank you.
That sounds good.
All right. You guys have a great weekend and take care of each other.
Thank
please.
you.
And listen. You hear me? If nothing else you got out of this, listen to her. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Haberkamp LLC versus Alexander Day.
David Fancher on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hello.
Hello,
Your name?
Alexander Jackson.
All right. And where are we on this?
We have a conditional dismissal I talked to SOS on this one, and as you know, they're down to a little bit of money. His appointment is on Tuesday. They believe that they will have enough money, and they believe that he qualifies. So what I didn't want to roll this into May because I didn't want it to be above 3, and I didn't want to include May's rent. So what I put under further orders is that either they are going to pay the 2160 or he'll have 30 days to pay the 2160. And I made this a 4A case so that he can, I don't want him finding out with the court officer at his door that that they didn't pay. I told him, make sure that he gets them the documents they need, because it's basically first come, first serve at this point.
All right. You signed this, sir?
Sign that?
Pardon?
Yes.
All right. You have any questions?
I was wondering if I could get a PDF of the court documents emailed to me.
A what?
A PDF of the court document, because they're asking me to submit the court documents for SER online.
Which court documents?
The eviction notice and stuff. They're asking me to submit that for SER
On
online.
this?
Yeah. No,
The conditional dismissal.
of the
conditional-
notice,
this
of the
condition-
notice that they taped to my door. SER is asking for proof of verification of emergency need.
And you don't know how to upload?
I thought it would be a PDF. I mean, I can scan the document, but if you can email me in a PDF, that'd be easier.
I don't do that.
All right, I can
But,
scan.
I mean, Jesus.
I can scan it, sir.
And come here, because
Give me a minute. I'm just going to give him my copy.
No, I can scan it. I have a copy at home. I can
Okay.
scan in, but I just, if it was a P. in
Oh, you have a
PDF
copy?
Yeah, if in
yeah,
PDF.
he just wants,
Yeah, I
he
just
wa-
want a PDF.
he's like really, really young. He
I'm a
wants
new
us to give
generation.
it
It's
to him
called
in a
technology forward.
PDF. And
I got short one, sorry.
so Mr. Jackson has made a request that I don't do. But he looks kind of nice.
Pretty nice.
I don't know. Will you do that for him? If he gives you an email, he needs his court document. He needs a PDF of his court document so he can upload them for his assistant.
My email address is my first and last name at Gmail.
Well, I don't want all that set. You know what?
It's frozen.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign off on this conditional order dismissal.
Okay.
You have 3 business days to think about this. If you believe that there's some legal reason, some justification, some confusion on your part as to this conditional order dismissal, or you believe that you made some error, you'd have to file a motion with the court within those 3 business days. That doesn't mean I'd set it aside, but you have that time.
Mhm.
Okay? So he can meet you over there, get to email. For you only, I'm doing this.
Thank you so much.
If anybody else comes up and asks for that, I'm not doing it. It's your fault. Mrs. Haverkamp versus DeAndre Cersei.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Fantair on behalf of the plaintiff.
And your name, sir?
DeAndre, Cersei.
Cersei?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, where are we with that?
We request this matter be adjourned to the 16th. His balance goes back quite a ways, and he needs to determine. He believes there may be payments that he made that are not on his ledger, so I'm going to hand him a copy of his ledger so that he can look at it.
And try to work it.
Right.
Okay.
He's going to pay his portion of rent, meaning the non-Section 8 portion, by May 5th. So that when we come back on May 16th, he's essentially going to be in the same position we are now. And then I believe if we can come to an agreement on the amount, I'll give him a payment plan.
Got it.
I'm handing him his ledger.
Sound good, Mr. Cersei?
Okay, if I take it to trial, because I think it goes back. No, it's all right.
He thinks that this goes back to when the property was managed by Beal. We took the property back from Beal in November 2023.
Okay.
The balance at that time was $199, and that's what it says. The entire balance, other than that $199, is since then. And I've explained this to him several times, and he keeps saying, but it's Beal, but it's Beal. It's not Beal.
Okay.
The only thing that's
So
on
let's
here,
do it this way. Well, you might have that issue that it doesn't sound to me like that's gonna get you where you need to be.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so let's do it this way. You take the ledger, look through, see if there are payments that you made, see if we can come to a number on this. They're willing to work with you in terms of a payment plan. So let's give it that, let's try that first.
Right.
Make sense?
All right.
All right. May 16th, 2025 at
Yeah.
2 p.m. Okay?
what's
Okay.
that?
May 16th,
Yes.
Yes,
2 p.m.
Yes.
2 p.m.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
And I want to point out that today is Mr. Cersei's birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't bring the cupcakes, man. I'm running
What?
late right now.
you could what?
I couldn't bring the cupcakes for.
Why? Why? So you had a birthday, came in here celebrating and didn't bring us anything?
I barely got a happy birthday today.
What? My goodness. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Get younger.
All right, fella.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. 103 South Huron versus Mario Man.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Fantair, on behalf of the plaintiff.
Your name?
Marco, man.
All right.
Your Honor, we have a conditional dismissal. He has been approved by SOS.
Okay.
They're going to be paying $22.39 and change. SER is going to pay the remaining $410, and I gave him 30 days to pay it. And
That will take care of the whole.
they'll take care of the whole balance.
You have any? You see that big old smile here?
God is good.
You have any questions about this COD?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. I will sign off on this, and I would indicate that you have those 3 business days to think about it. If you believe that there's some legal reason, some confusion on your part, or some right you didn't assert, you have to file a motion within those 3 business days. Doesn't mean I'd set it aside, but you have those 3 business days to do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Very good. It's not your birthday, is it?
No, sir.
Okay, well, all right. You just have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Court calls the case of Danny Noonan LLC versus Sean Cummings. See, they tried to leave you out.
I know.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Your name?
Sean Cummings.
All right.
David Fantair, on behalf of the plaintiff. Your Honor, this is, Mr. Cummings has an appointment on Tuesday. And
Okay.
again, they believe that they'll have money. They believe that he'll qualify. So I put again that either they're going to pay the whole thing, which is $29.08, or he'll have to pay it. And so I told Mr. Cummings, make sure you're prepared to give them on Tuesday any documents that they need so that they can move pretty quickly. But if for some reason they come back and tell you that there's no money and you're denied, then you'll have 30 days to come up with the money yourself.
Right.
All right. And this is a 4A case.
Yep, I did it as a 4A.
You have any questions regarding this, sir?
Sure.
All right. I'll sign off on this, mark this conditionally dismissed, and would indicate to you that you have those 3 business days to think about this. If you believe that there's some legal reason, some confusion on your part, some right you didn't assert, you'd have to file a motion with the court within that time frame.
All right.
All right? Thank you, sir. You have a great weekend.
You too.
And I didn't mean to leave you out, but I'll discipline them about trying to leave you out. All right? Okay.
But it was worth it hearing Emily.
Yeah, exactly. I gave you the 5. I know. Loud.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, sir. Have a good weekend. AT Lakeside versus Lorianne Pedersen.
Pearson, sir.
Pearson?
Yes, sir.
Joe Lloyd, Your Honor, appearing on behalf of the landlord.
How do I spell your name then, ma'am?
Pearson.
I think we misspelled it on one of the pleadings, but not on the other.
Got it. Okay. All right. I got it.
We've talked about that in the office, but I didn't.
Did you? Okay. All right. Where are we?
So there was a proposal that was just made to me that I haven't had a chance to vet with my client. I had been, it would lead to getting paid off, and I'd willing to make some personal promises, but I can't sign a document that they haven't let me sign. So, if you were to adjourn this for 2 weeks, out to, what one is the 15th? What's the story on that?
It's the 16th. Have judicial meetings and conferences the next 2 Fridays. So it will be the 16th.
The promise has been made that we will be paid in full by the 16th. And If for some reason we were adjourned to that date, then I'll never not have to show up again and charge the client for it.
Got it.
So that's the promise I will make. If it's not paid, then I'm going to show up in a different world. So
I do have an application in with Sear just as a backup, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to have everything paid off by the
Yeah.
16th.
You said with
With Sear. Yeah,
state emergency.
yeah,
Okay.
but I really believe that I'll be able to take care of it myself.
Okay, so so that you know, the state emergency relief may be a bit of a misnomer. How many people are in your house?
Two.
Two?
Yeah.
So the maximum award through DHHS is only $520.
Okay, but you
Okay.
have to go through Sear before you go through Hawk.
No,
I was.
I know that the last meeting I was at, they said,
Okay.
that was my understanding.
Okay,
They said you do not.
okay, well, I will call
So-
Hawk today then.
They encourage you to do that,
Okay,
but you don't have to
Absolutely.
have either a denial or anything from them.
okay.
You need to go
Well,
there.
I will call Hawk today,
All right,
but I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that I can do this without assistance.
okay.
good.
May 16th, then 2025
Okay.
at 3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you.
Thank you. Always a pleasure seeing you, Mr.
Yes.
Take care. Court calls the case Northwood Properties versus Robert Gould.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Edward Drucas on behalf of Northwood Properties LLC.
Robert Gould. Not here. Would you like to take a default?
I would, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, the rent to retain would be $4,800, cost at $239.40, a total redemption fee of $5,038.40. And there was a posting in this matter. Mr. Gould would avail himself to the court last week in the first hearing. I'd like to, that he was here last week.
Yes.
Therefore, I'd like to obtain a money judgment as well for the full amount, a writ not to issue on or before May 5th.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession and money. Redemption amount is in the amount requested, as well as money judgment with the writ to issue in 10 days. And I have signed your judgment, sir.
Thank you very much. Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.